All right, so we are ready to go. Very good evening once again, everyone, and a warm welcome for the session today. We are doing healing for trauma. We are trying to heal any and all trauma that we have gone through in this lifetime, maybe not in this lifetime. That is the reason why I had said that whenever we give an declaration that today we are going to do a relationship trauma healing. So one might just feel that I do not have any relationship trauma in my life. So I don't need to do this forgiveness or I don't need to do this healing. But this is the place where our awareness must be drawn once again to the fact that we are the soul, and maybe right now we are not going through a challenge, a trauma, but we don't know our past, we don't know our future. We cannot be sure that we will not go through this trauma ever in our lifetime. So every single day, every single awareness, every single forgiveness, every single healing is extremely important, whether or not you have gone through that trauma in this lifetime or not. So again, I will request everyone, if in case you have missed any sessions in between, I will request you to go through the recordings which is present in YouTube and just be aware of those energies, because you never know what the soul has gone through or is destined to go through. Okay, so today our topic, we every day have a different topic. So today our topic is trauma of death. Now, here we have a small difference. Every day we say that if you have already gone through this trauma, then try to recollect it and try to do the healing. Here we, of course, cannot do that, because if any person has gone through death, then surely that person is not in the session right now. So we cannot say be aware of your death and try to heal. So it's a little different today. What we need to be aware of is two aspects. Number one is, are we scared of death? Are we afraid of death? Now, you and I, we have come on this planet Earth with a physical body. So, whether you like it or you don't like it, we all have to go through death one day, right? The physical body will have to die one day. There is no option. मतलब कितना भी आप कुछ भी कर लो, भगवान से आपको इसका एक्सटेंशन नहीं मिलना है, ये तो निश्चित है. However, if we are scared of death, if we have a fear of death, then for sure you have gone through some traumatic deaths in your past lifetimes. Okay, now we cannot recollect them. हमें वो याद नहीं होगा for sure. Many people, they say that in their dreams they see as if they are dying, they are going through an accident, or something very bad is happening with them. In the dreams they usually see this can be a reflection of your past lifetime. अगर आप बहुत ज्यादा ड्रीम में एक ही पर्टिकुलर टाइप के डेथ को देखते हो कि आप किसी एक प्रॉब्लम से गुजर रहे हो और आपका डेथ हो जा रहा है, हो सकता है कि ये आपके पास्ट लाइफ टाइम से कनेक्टेड हो. Or else, if you have a trauma, a fear of something, a phobia of something, then also it is possible. It is quite possible that you have gone through a very traumatic death in your past, maybe with an accident, with a burn, or with a, some kind of a major thing happening. You got drowned or something, and that turns like a phobia into your mind. This is also possible. However, if you have severe fear of death, then yes, it can be because of a trauma you have faced in your lifetime, previous lifetimes. But then what is the healing to be done out here? मान लीजिए हमारे प्रीवियस लाइफ टाइम में हमें कोई ट्रॉमेटिक डेथ मिला है, पर उसके लिए हम अभी क्या कर सकते हैं? हम अपने जो फियर है, जो डर है हमारे अंदर अबाउट डेथ, उसको हम लोग कैसे ठीक कर सकते हैं, कैसे उसे हील कर सकते हैं. Here comes the main topic, the main aspect, which is the incarnations forgiveness and also the healing of trauma. Number one, same rule applies out here. Why did you have a traumatic death? Why do you still have a fear of death? And maybe even in this incarnation, we are destined to have a traumatic death. Question is why? The answer is maybe we have also been the reason of a traumatic death to many other people. It is possible that we were a soldier in some incarnation. हम किसी जन्म में आर्मी में थे. सोचिए आर्मी में होते हुए कितने दूसरे सोल्जर्स को हमने एक ट्रॉमेटिक डेथ दिया है. अब आप बोलोगे कि हम तो अपना कर्म कर रहे थे, हम तो अपने कंट्री का प्रोटेक्शन कर रहे थे. वेरी ट्रू, but some karma definitely got attached to you. Maybe in some incarnation we belonged to the job of a butcher. Butcher आपने देखा है? On the street you find these shops, the butcher shops, who get hold of animals and they cut off their heads. Maybe in some incarnation we were one of them. It is our job, our profession, but still some karma got attached to us, isn't it? Maybe in some incarnation we were forest hunters. कितने hunters है जिनका job ही hunting करना है. हमारा भी तो हो सकता था ना किसी incarnation में. So where will that karma go? And what is the karma? The karma is mainly giving another physical body a very, very painful death. Catching hold of an animal, killing the head. Separating parents from the children, animals. So many times, as I say, if you were in the army, if you were a part of some war, we don't know ना, शायद जब पानीपत का लड़ाई हो रहा था, आप और मेरे में से कोई जन तब पानीपत की लड़ाई में थे, अशोका की फौज में थे, यहाँ थे, वहां थे. We were part of the army. We were part of the big battalion. So we definitely have gone through some trauma during our own death. We have also been the cause of traumatic death to other people. In that case, what is written in our karma? हमारे भाग्य में क्या लिखा है? Some more traumatic death. But do we want that? क्या हम चाहते हैं कि हमारा डेथ बहुत ट्रॉमेटिक हो? क्या हम चाहते हैं कि हमें बहुत तकलीफ से गुजर के इस फिजिकल बॉडी को छोड़ना पड़े? नहीं ना. हम सब चाहते हैं कि बस शांति से गुजर जाए. जिंदगी भी शांति से गुजरता है. जिस दिन एक्सपायरी डेट आया, बस उस दिन टिक ऑफ कर दिया. एक्सपायरी डेट हैज कम, टाटा बाय बाय, छोड़ दिया, फिजिकल बॉडी छोड़ दिया. नो पेन, नो ट्रॉमा, नो टॉर्चर, नथिंग. राइट? यही चाहते हैं ना हम सब. तो अगर ये चाहते हैं तो इसके लिए थोड़ा काम तो करना पड़ेगा. We will have to do some forgiveness. We will have to do some healing for this particular purpose. So that two objective. One objective, when we are living, जब जिंदा है तो मौत की डर लेके ना जिंदा रहे. When we are alive, we should not have the fear of death because we know it is inevitable. It has to come. It will come one day. Today, tomorrow, 10 years later, 50 years later, 60 years later, it will come. So there is no point in dying every day. If you have a fear of dying, you will die every day. बाहर नहीं जाएंगे, क्यों? क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम है, कोरोना वायरस है, बाहर नहीं जाएंगे, ये नहीं करेंगे, वो नहीं करेंगे. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट डोंट टेक सिक्योरिटी. ऑफ कोर्स टेक सिक्योरिटी, टेक योर प्रिकॉशंस. I was the one and I'm still the one who's constantly wearing masks. So I'm not wearing it because I have a fear of death. Why am I wearing it? Because I want to keep my physical body healthy. एक वायरस को अपने अंदर लेके क्यों जिए? I want to take care of my physical body. I want to be healthy. So I'm wearing a mask. But to have a fear of death means कि हम अपनी पूरी जिंदगी को रोक देंगे. 3 years घर से निकले ही नहीं. 3 years कुछ खाए नहीं. 3 years बाहर जाए नहीं. 3 years किसी से मिले नहीं. Why? Because of corona. That is the fear of death. If you don't want to take risks in life, if you don't want to learn how to drive the car, if you don't want to learn swimming, if you don't want to do something exciting in life, why? Because you have a fear of death. If you are having a small little cold and cough, you are getting scared. Oh my God, what has happened to me? Will I die? This is fear of death. ये fear of death आपको हर दिन मार रहा होगा, हर दिन आपकी जिंदगी से खुशियां छीन रहा होगा. इसको हील करना है, केयरलेस नहीं बनना है. I don't want people to become careless. I just want people to understand that when I am living, I will live up to the best limits, and I accept the fact that one day I will die. Simple. There is nothing too great about this at all. And the second aspect, the second thing which needs to come out here is that if we have the trauma of death, if we fear death, then we will not only fear our own death, but we will have a fear of death of our own people as well, our loved ones. ये ज्यादा जरूरी है इसे हील करना, क्योंकि अगर हम जिंदगी भर इस बात से डर रहे हैं कि हमारे अपने, हमारे फैमिली मेंबर्स, हमारे लव्ड वंस, they are going to also die one day, then that fear is also going to take away our life. If you and I have this constant fear of death, if we are constantly afraid that either I can die or my family members can die, then this fear will also take away life from you. For example, the husband and wife, if you see most of the couples, there's a very common phenomena which I have seen. The husband has a thought form, I should go away first. My wife should remain back because I don't want to live alone. I don't want to live alone. Everybody says, मुझे अकेले जिंदा नहीं रहना है. अगर मेरे जीते जी अगर हस्बैंड को कुछ हो गया, अरे बाप रे, हम अकेले नहीं रह सकते. And the husband says that I'd want to go away first because I cannot live without my wife. I can't even imagine my life without my wife. So I want to go away first. Parents, they simply cannot accept the fact that yes, your children can go away before you. I know it is very, very painful, extremely painful. But the fact is that we all have to understand that each one of us have come with a predetermined date of birth and a predetermined date of death. No matter how much we try, we cannot avoid that date. Anything in life can be changed by the free will of the soul. यहाँ मैं एक छोटा सा कॉन्सेप्ट आपके साथ इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहती हूँ आज. इस कॉन्सेप्ट को अगर आप समझ जाएंगे तो हो सकता है आपकी जिंदगी बहुत आसान हो जाए. Your date of birth and your date of death cannot be changed no matter what you do. What can be changed? Your life can be changed. After taking birth, after having your consciousness, after having thought forms, after growing as a soul, you have the free will, you the soul, I the soul, I have the free will to change my thoughts, change my actions, change my karma, and live a better life. But I cannot change my date of birth and my date of death. Just then, if I talk of myself, me, Pyali, I am in the soul right now, in this body right now. I am the soul. My date of death was decided even before I have taken birth, when my karma was getting written down. If you have done the soul class, the Achieving Oneness soul class, You know we have 3 seeds inside us, right? हमारे अंदर, किसी भी इंसान के अंदर 3 seeds है. And our date of birth, our date of death is written on those seeds. They cannot be changed. But what can I change? I can change my life. When I decide to sit down and do forgiveness, I can make my life better. I can make my process of death better. But I cannot change the date of death. वो जिस दिन आना है उसी दिन आएगा. वो किस वजह से आएगा ये भी मुझे नहीं पता. बट मैं अपने कर्मा से मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ? मैं उस डेथ के प्रोसेस को मोर काम, मोर पीसफुल, मोर इजी कर सकती हूँ. आई कैन नॉट चेंज द डेट. तो इसलिए उसके बारे में टेंशन लेके कोई फायदा नहीं है. अगर हम सोचते हैं कि हम, ये तो हमारी खुद की बात होगी. नाउ लेट्स स्पीक अबाउट आवर फैमिली मेंबर्स, द पीपल वी लव द मोस्ट, our spouse, our children, our parents, our siblings, our guru, the people who are most close to us. We can't even imagine one day without them. हम सोच भी नहीं सकते कि जिंदगी एक दिन ऐसा आएगा जब आंख खोलेंगे और ये इंसान मेरे लाइफ में नहीं होगा. We simply can't imagine that date, that trauma. But the fact is, if that person is supposed to go before you, that person will go before you. That date cannot change. No matter what you do. With our blessings, with our love, with our karma, with our healing, with our actions, we can only make the process better. Because we are all human beings, our work is to try. हमारा काम क्या है? हम कोशिश कर सकते हैं, राइट? हम हमेशा ये कोशिश करेंगे कि हम ऐसे ही कर्म करें, ऐसे ही काम करें, ऐसे ब्लेसिंग्स करें, ऐसे चीजें करें जिससे कि हमारी जिंदगी बेटर हो, हमारे लोगों की, हमारे अपनों की जिंदगी बेटर हो, उनका डेथ प्रोसेस बेटर हो, सब कुछ बेटर हो. बट हम उस डेट को चेंज नहीं कर सकते. So many of us, we can't even, still now, today's session, the main objective is to get ready for any trauma that is coming in our way. It's not easy. बहुत एकदम भी आसान नहीं है, क्योंकि as I speak, मैं जैसे ये बातें बोल रही हूँ, मेरे खुद के जहन में ये बात है कि I have my family too. So each one of us, all of us, you and I, we have our family members, right? We have our parents, we have our spouse, we have our children, we have our siblings, we have our loved ones. But as we have them, they all have a particular date that is written in their destiny. वो डेट कब है हमें नहीं पता. वो आज भी हो सकता है, वो कल भी हो सकता है, वो 50 साल बाद भी हो सकता है, वो हमारे जीते जी हो सकता है. It is very, very tough to accept this. It is very tough to go through this trauma. But ultimately, you and I have to do it. We have to get ready. We have to be prepared. Okay, one day, our parents will not be there with us. One day, our children might not be there with us. One day, our spouse will not be there with us. It's a big trauma, but we have to go through that. How can we make it simpler? By blessing them. So today's main objective is, first of all, getting ready for these trauma, and second of all, we will bless all our family members, all our loved ones, including us ourselves, so that we can have a very, very easy, very comfortable, very peaceful, enlightening death. Because no matter when that day comes, our blessings done today is going to work. आज हम जो blessing करेंगे वो हमारे उस दिन को बेहतर बना देगा. जो हमारे डेस्टिनी में लिखा जा चुका है एज आवर लास्ट डेट, सिर्फ हमारे खुद के लिए नहीं, हमारे फैमिली मेंबर्स के लिए भी। क्योंकि जाने मतलब आप चाहो या ना चाहो, ये डेट तो आना है। हम अभी से प्रिपरेशन कर ले, हम अभी से अपने आप को एज अ सोल प्रिपेयर कर ले, तो हो सकता है कि हमारा कर्मा बेटर हो जाए, वो डेट इंप्रूव हो जाए। ओके, आई होप आई हैव बीन एबल टू कन्वे माई पॉइंट टू यू। एंड अगेन आई विल रिपीट द सेम लाइन, if one of us have gone through the trauma already, अगर हमारे पेरेंट्स गुजर चुके हैं, अगर हमारे रहते रहते हमारे स्पाउस गुजर चुके हैं, अगर हमारे रहते रहते हमारे चिल्ड्रन गुजर चुके हैं, अगर हमारे रहते रहते हमारे भाई बहन गुजर चुके हैं, तो हमें वो ट्रॉमा ऑलरेडी मिल चुका है, वो दर्द, वो जख्म ऑलरेडी हमारे अंदर है। पर अब हमें जो समझना होगा वो ये है कि ये इनएविटेबल था, हम चाहे कुछ भी कर लेते, ये डेट चेंज नहीं होनी थी। स्पेशली अगर एक्सीडेंट के थ्रू हुआ है, अगर किसी और के थ्रू हुआ है, तो हम क्या करते हैं, हम उस सोल को ब्लेम करते हैं। Say for example, one of our brother or sister has been killed during some kind of a activity. Maybe they were in the army, maybe they were in a part of a war, or maybe they were part of a road accident. अगर किसी ने हमारे फैमिली मेंबर के डेथ की वजह वो बन गए हैं, हम उन्हें कोसेंगे, हम उन्हें ब्लेम करेंगे, हम उन्हें बहुत ज्यादा कर्स करेंगे कि तुम्हारी वजह से आई हैव लॉस्ट माय ब्रदर, लॉस्ट माय सिस्टर, लॉस्ट माय पेरेंट। बट please understand the fact, it is not the right aspect। उनकी वजह से कुछ नहीं हुआ है, वो डेथ होनी थी, वो दिन उसी तरह से गुजरना था, उसी तरह से गुजरा है। भगवान ने सिर्फ एक माध्यम को सेलेक्ट किया, ओके यू विल बिकम द मीडियम फॉर द डेथ ऑफ दिस पर्सन, दैट्स इट। गॉड चूजेस दिस, गॉड डिसाइड्स इट based on your karma, based on your past, based on your relationship with other souls। हम भले ही उस इंसान को ब्लेम कर सकते हैं, कोस सकते हैं, कर्स कर सकते हैं कि तुम्हारी वजह से आई हैव लॉस्ट माय पेरेंट्स, तुम्हारी वजह से आई हैव लॉस्ट माय ब्रदर सिस्टर, व्हाटएवर। इट इज नॉट द रियलिटी, दिस इज नॉट द ट्रुथ। योर ब्रदर और सिस्टर, your parents or your children or your any loved one was destined to die on that day। I will just share a small story out here, a story of Grandmaster himself, and a story also of Acharya Faith. If you all know Acharya Faith, then you would know that there was one person who came for healing to Acharya Faith. She was not well, she was going through some kind of an organ failure. Acharya Faith was doing her healing, and after a couple of healings, she really knew that this patient is improving. The chakras are improving, the organs are improving. She was so happy that the patient is improving. So the patient went out of the chamber and she said bye-bye to Acharya Faith, and she went into the lift. Acharya Faith, if you all know, she is a clairvoyant. उन्हें energy दिखता है, उन्हें permanent seeds दिखते हैं. And she could see that this lady is going to die very soon. She was shocked. How can this be possible? Because the chakras are improving, the healing is working, she's getting better and better every day. After 2-3 days, Acharya Faith got the news that this lady passed away in an accident, in a road accident. So she never came back for healing. This is a true story. So this is what exactly happens. आप सोचते हो कि हम क्या करें अपने फैमिली मेंबर को बचाने के लिए, या आप सोचते हो कि हम अगर कुछ करते अपने फैमिली मेंबर को बचाने के लिए तो बचा सकते थे, या आप जिनके वजह से डेथ हो रहा है उसे हम कर्स करते हैं, उसे हम पेनफुली बहुत सारे वर्ड्स बोलते हैं, वी रियली feel that this is the person who's responsible for the death of my loved one. But the honest truth is that your loved one had an expiry date, had written that date in their destiny. No one could change that date. No one. So what we can do now is we can bless them. We can truly bless them so that they, wherever they are, if they have taken another birth, if they have taken another incarnation, wherever they are, they should be blessed. The soul should be blessed. The soul should be happy. Maybe they should get a better incarnation now, a better body, a better mind, a better soul, a better family. Everything should be better with them right now. Even suicides, yes, very good question. The people who commit suicide, that date is actually destined for you. You can't help it. But as I said, a soul has a free will. Suicide is not the right thing to do. It is karmically not right. So if you, the soul, you decide to go ahead and do a suicide, then karmically you are doing a wrong action. You will have to face the consequences in your next incarnations. But that date is fixed. Had you not decided to do a suicide, maybe some other natural forces would have caused you the death on that same day. Okay, I'll explain this in Hindi once. मान लीजिए आप किसी एक ऐसे पर्सन के बारे में सुन रहे हो जिन्होंने सुसाइड किया. सुसाइड का डेट फिक्स था, डेट ऑफ डेथ फिक्स था. सुसाइड करना कार्मिकली एक गलत काम है, इसलिए आप एज अ सोल आपने गलती की, इसका जो कर्मा है वो आपको जन्मों तक मिलेगा. लेकिन मान लीजिए आप अगर एक अच्छे राह पे चल रहे थे, आप सुसाइड नहीं करना चाहते थे, या आपने सुसाइड नहीं किया, लेकिन वो डेट अगर फिक्स्ड है तो कोई नेचुरल लॉज के द्वारा, नेचुरल एक्सीडेंट के द्वारा, नेचुरल प्रोसेस के द्वारा आपका डेथ फिर भी उसी दिन निर्धारित था. Have you seen people who try to commit suicide but they cannot? Suicide failures? They have taken a whole bottle of phenyl, but still they go. People come and they take them to the hospital, and then the doctor does all the flushing technique, and that person still survives. Why does this happen? Because your date of death has not come. So you cannot die, no matter how much try you do. Okay, so you cannot die even if you want to die. The soldiers who are going to the army, who are going to the war front, they are ready to die every day. Every single day, they put their life on the death line. One soldier comes back, the other cannot. Why? Because the date of death is fixed. Even if you, okay, if you mean to say that the day they commit suicide, yes, that is correct. The day they commit the suicide, that is the date fixed for them. The day was fixed when they were not even born. Because when the soul decides to take birth, that is the time when the whole process begins. The date of birth, the date of death, everything is fixed. Everything is predetermined. But once you come down to earth, that is the time when you can start changing your life with your positive karma. So if you can create a lot of positive karma, you will have a very pain-free death, a very comfortable death. You will merge with the divine light. You will take better birth. You will do everything. However, the date is still the same. So today, if I decide that I have done enough of work for this incarnation, अब इस जन्म में मेरे और कोई काम बाकी नहीं है, let me kill myself, let me go for the next incarnation, let me see what is there in the next incarnation. I can take as many tries as I want to, I will not die because my death date is not come. So a very nice example of this is, I think there's a Hindi movie, a Bollywood movie, Anjani, is there something like that? Can anybody say? I'm not very sure. There's a movie of Ranbir Kapoor and Priyanka Chopra. Anjani, or something like that. Huh? I don't remember it exactly. Yes, no? Yes. So that movie shows that Ranbir Kapoor and Priyanka Chopra, they tried to kill themselves. They tried to commit suicide more than 10 times. and they failed all the 10 times. They tried everything. They lit up the gas cylinder, they turned on all the gas flames and they lit up the fire. The fire is, nothing is happening. And then suddenly they realize that they have not paid the gas bills, so the cylinder doesn't have gas. This is going to what will happen to you if your date is not destined. If you are not supposed to die, you cannot die. If you are supposed to die, you cannot live. This is the clear understanding. Okay, so today let us start our session. I hope I have been able to convey my point to you. Yes, so nice. Jako rake saya maar sake na koi. Absolutely correct. But at the same time, जिसका डेट आ गया है उसको बचा सके ना कोई. So that is also one aspect. So we will take up more questions at the end of the session for sure. And let us start with today's session because we will have to pray a lot for ourselves as well as for our loved ones. This is very, very important today. Okay. So I request each one of you, please close your eyes, relax yourself, take a deep breath inside. Be aware of your own life and be aware of the life of your loved ones. Very quickly, just look at the faces of your loved ones and ask yourself this question. Do you have a fear of death? Do you have a fear of death for yourself? Or do you have a fear of death for others? Your family members, your parents, your spouse, your children, your siblings, your loved ones. Even your pet, if you have a pet in your house, are you scared that one day it might happen that you open your eyes and this person is not there with you? Are you afraid that maybe some of the years of your life might be spent without this person who's sitting right next to you right now? Maybe suddenly one day this person will disappear from your life. Or there will be one day when everything else will remain the same. But I will not be there. My house will be the same. My family members will stay the same. But I won't be there with them. The same people, the same talks, the same events happening every day. But something will be missing. Either myself or one of my loved one. Are you scared of this? Do you feel afraid? Is it that you can't even imagine this day coming in your life? If it is so, then please try to understand. Tell it to yourself that this is inevitable. ये होना ही है, इसे हम टाल नहीं सकते. If I have taken a physical birth, I have to accept that this physical body will die one day. The physical body of my parents, my siblings, my spouse will get over one day, will die one day. The death will only stop the physical functions of the body. That's it. Maybe it is very, very tough to accept this fact, very tough to go through this trauma. But the fact is, there is no way out, no other option. Slowly and gently bring yourself outside the awareness of the physical body. Imagine yourself to be a brilliant, beautiful white light. Now turn around and look at the physical body who is sitting on a chair trying to do the meditation. Visualize you are a white light and you are looking at your own body, which is sitting on the chair trying to do a meditation. Slowly try to visualize all your loved ones sitting around that physical body. Look at your spouse sitting beside you. Look at your parents sitting beside you. Look at your loved ones sitting beside you. Now, very, very slowly and gently, imagine that each of those physical bodies is turning into a beautiful white light. The physical bodies are disappearing and they are all turning into a beautiful white light. Now, imagine that these beautiful white lights, the soul of your parents, the soul of your children, the soul of your siblings, the soul of your loved ones, are all with you. You are another beautiful white light. And these souls are with you. They can never leave you. They will never, never leave you because they are all soul like you. You are all in the same journey. Smile at them. Tell them, you can never leave me. The person who will leave is just the physical body. आपकी मम्मी का जो शरीर है वो आपको एक दिन छोड़ के चला जाएगा. आपके पापा का जो शरीर है वो एक दिन आपको छोड़ के चला जाएगा. आपके स्पाउस का जो शरीर है वो एक दिन आपको छोड़ के चला जाएगा. आपके बच्चों का जो शरीर है वो एक दिन आपको छोड़ के चला जाएगा. बट वो सोल कहीं नहीं जाएगा. That soul is always with you, connected with you with love. You have a soul connection. Smile at those people who has already gone. Smile at the souls whose physical body is not there anymore. And tell yourself this thing. I have to come out of this trauma. Because what I am crying for is the physical body. I should rather be happy that the soul is there with me. Now the limitations of the physical body is not there anymore. Earlier, maybe I was in one part of the world and my parents were in another part of the world. But now it is the soul. Wherever I am, my parents are there with me. The soul is there with me. I can talk to them, I can feel them anytime I want to. So try to be aware of the soul connection. Now there are many, many hurt and pains that we have gone through. Maybe because of this death, maybe because of the trauma of the death, we need to do a gentle forgiveness to come out of this trauma. Put your hands in front of your heart. Imagine all the souls in front of you, all the souls who are connected to you in this incarnation, whether they are in the physical body or not. All the souls who were the reason of this death. Look at every single soul in front of you and say, Atma Namaste. Atma Namaste. Atma Namaste. I, the soul, humbly salute the divinity within each one of you. I, the soul, I realize that you are all souls and you and I have a soul connection. I forgive each and every one of you for whatever hurt and pain you have given to me. I forgive you for going away before me. कई बार हम इस बात का गिला शिकवा करते हैं कि हमें इस धरती पर छोड़ के आप क्यों चले गए, आपने हमें अकेला छोड़ के आप क्यों चले गए। आई फॉरगिव यू फॉर दैट, मैं आपको माफ कर देती हूँ। मुझसे पहले चले जाने के लिए मैं आपको माफ कर देती हूँ। I forgive every single soul who has been the reason for your death. अगर किसी और की वजह से आपका डेथ हुआ है, मैं उस सोल को भी माफ कर देती हूँ। I forgive every single soul for whatever trauma you have given to me in this incarnation or in any of the past incarnations connected to death, death of my own death in all incarnations, and the death of my loved ones. I forgive you. I completely forgive you because I realize the physical body has to die one day. But the death is just a way of giving freedom to the soul. The death is just a certificate which the soul can use to grow and evolve. A death is not an end. A death is just a new beginning. When we are afraid, when we are scared, when we curse other people, when we blame other people, we just make this process more and more difficult. When we try to hold on to our family members, our loved ones, we make the process more difficult for the soul. We do not realize that the soul who has got freedom is now on their own journey, a new journey towards a better future. So I forgive today each and every soul, every single soul. I forgive you all for whatever hurt and pain, whatever trauma, whatever sadness, loneliness I have received because of you. I forgive you all. I forgive you all. I forgive you all. Please forgive me for my mistakes. Please forgive me for all the hurt and pain that I have caused to you. Please forgive me if I have been the cause of your traumatic death. Please forgive me if I am holding you back. If because of me, you are not being able to go ahead in your spiritual journey, in the journey of the soul, please forgive me. If I have cursed you, if I have blamed you for the death of my family members, please forgive me. If I have given you any trauma related to death, please forgive me. I, the soul, I, the child of God, I have realized death is inevitable. You cannot surplus it. You cannot change it. इसे बदला नहीं जा सकता, इसे टाला नहीं जा सकता। इस बात का एहसास मुझे हो चुका है। I have learned my lessons. Please forgive me. May the divine supreme God bless each one of us with his love, mercy, kindness, compassion. May the divine supreme God forgive us. May the divine supreme God neutralize all our negative karma that is connected to the process of death, whether it is our own death or whether it is the death of our family members. May the divine supreme God bless us, bless each and every one of us with a very, very peaceful and a very, very enlightening death. May peace be with each one of you and with me. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. May all negative cause attached to us be cut, cut, cut. Put your hands in the blessing position to the divine, divine, supreme God, to the all loving, all merciful God. Thank you for blessing each and every one of us present here right now. Thank you for blessing our loved ones. Thank you for blessing each and every soul who is connected to us, to all our incarnations, with your love, mercy, kindness, compassion, and forgiveness. Thank you for blessing each and every one of us with a very, very pain free, harmonizing, and enlightening process of death. Thank you for blessing our souls in the journey beyond death, beyond life. Thank you for blessing each and every one of us with the inner strength to accept the process of death as a natural process. Thank you for blessing us with the courage to accept our own process of death and the death process of our loved ones easily, comfortably. Thank you for blessing all those souls who are right now in the inner world, who have still not taken a physical form again. May every soul there who's there in the inner world be blessed with a better incarnation, with a better life, with a better body, with a better journey. May every single soul be blessed with tremendous amount of love, light, and power of God. We are all super receptive and we are all humble instruments to channelize these energies towards the soul who are not there in the physical body right now. So be it, so be it, so be it. Together we shall invoke that the divine energy of the twin heart meditation, the divine love, light, and power is going to bless every single soul who has left the physical body, who are not there with us anymore. Our loved ones, maybe our parents, our grandparents, our children, our siblings, our spouse, every single soul who has left the physical body, who are connected to us in any way, be blessed tremendously by the powerful energies of the twin heart meditation. In full faith, so be it, so be it, so be it.